Good evening, everyone. First off, I'm not sure if anybody is still unaware of it, but we received a press release yesterday from Carolyn Maloney's office that our post office is safe. Thank you, please stand. This has been hanging over our heads for 5 months now. We're informed that the 3,000 signatures that we've got on petitions made a difference. It's just the best Christmas present there could be. What I came here to talk about this evening was to let you know that we are doing another election on February 7th to fill expired seats on the board of directors. And the reason that we've taken on this task over the last 4 years was primarily, of course, to get resident members on this decision-making board to include the community in the process. But there was always a second reason for doing it, and that was to enhance the communication between resident board members and the community. And I think we've been a bit less successful in that regard. And so RIRA, through one of its committees, has determined to put on a town meeting of some sort, probably in March, if we can find a date that works with everyone, simply to put the resident board members and the community in the same room so that the community can learn your names and faces, find out what you've been doing, what kind of issues that you deal with, and what your goals are and visions for the future. I think it would be a very appropriate thing to do, especially for the members, the majority of the board members here who participated in our election process. But then it occurred to me that while we're ready and willing to do that, there was nothing to prevent the resident board members from doing that themselves on a sporadic basis, but to put together town meetings, which is how we get to meet with one another on Roosevelt Island, to talk about what the board does, to familiarize with a community that is still expanding and may not be familiar with how important what you do truly is to their lives and their futures. So I throw this out simply as a suggestion. I'm not looking for any sort of response this evening, but I would appreciate it if you would think about that, think about creating some format in which this could be done on a somewhat regular basis. And I wish you all a good holiday and a happy New Year.
And before you go, we used to have a meeting where the day before the board meeting, anybody in the community could come and ask us whatever they wanted and go over the items on the agenda. There were so few people that we eventually petered out. Well, what makes you think the same thing will happen?
Well, I don't know that. Number one, the meetings were specifically designed to address agenda items on the RIOC board meeting agendas. What I had in mind was something that would be a little more general, a little more informal, maybe a little more social, so that you're not limited to a list of questions, and that you're not limited, and that you're not within the context of monthly get-togethers. It could be according to, I mean, you're very busy people, I understand that. It would be according to your agendas when you were free to do that, maybe on a quarterly basis, maybe on a semi-annual basis, something along those lines, simply for the purpose of letting those people on the island who do pay attention know who you are and what you do. This clearly is not the way to do it. 5:30 is a very difficult time. I know we've tried every conceivable permutation and combination, morning meetings, evening meetings, public sessions before the meeting, public sessions after the meeting, public sessions during the meeting. None of them have worked awfully well, and maybe we can come up with another format that would allow people at times that were all readily accessible, which is usually a little later on a weekday evening, to sit in a room and talk about how important what you do really is.